In 1998, there was a gentleman, a black gentleman named was James Byrd. He was dragged to death behind a pickup truck by 3 avowed white racists. Dragged to his death. That's the short story. And that's heinous enough for anybody to understand that that act was evil. And it was racially motivated. 2 of those 3 murderers have been put to death. One, I think, in 2011. I think one a few years later, 2018, 2019, which is, by the way, way too long to wait to be executed once you are sentenced to death, in my opinion. But ultimately, they were put to death. The 3rd perpetrator in that murder, the only reason that he only got life imprisonment without the possibility of parole is because the prosecutors deemed that of the 3, he had the least to do with the murder. Now, again, he was still convicted of murder, but they used his testimony against the other 2 monsters who were put to death. But all 3 of them, 2 put to death, 1 life without parole, they were dealt with accordingly. That story, not only did it garner, and it should have, by the way, did it garner national news immediately and intensely, but that story had legs for years after it occurred. And in my opinion, by the media that was trying to prove a point about how racist America is. That was a racist act. It did not mean that America itself is racist. These were 3 individuals, again, who were punished to the fullest extent of the law in Texas. Thank God that if this evil act was going to occur, I'm glad that it occurred in Texas. You know why? Because Texas has a death penalty. And all 3 of those monsters deserve to die. All 3 of them deserve to die. And I explained why one is going to die in prison and wasn't executed. But I'm glad that it was in Texas, a state that has the death penalty, so they can deal with these subhuman monsters the way they should be dealt with. Remove them from society permanently, and not quite immediately, but sooner than later is better than never. So what about this? What about this one? What's going to happen to these people? I don't even know. I'm assuming Alabama has a death penalty. I hope they do. And I hope these people fry or injected, or whatever it is, whatever the method is in Alabama, I hope they receive it. Let me tell you another story. This goes back further in time.